Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are in the world today, I hope that you are doing great. Hope that all is pleasant with you. And most importantly, my friends, I hope that you are in good health. Once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. On this channel, my friends, we get to talk about those things that people know, that people have thought about, but don't often have the time to discuss. These, my friends, are the things we discuss here on the Common Sense channel. So, once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. Today, I want to talk about the Father. And before I start this video, I want to say Happy Father's Day to all fathers across the globe. Wherever you are, I wish you well. I hope that all is pleasant with you, my friends. I hope that you are doing those things that fathers are supposed to do. I hope that you are being allowed to do those things the fathers are supposed to do. I hope that all of the things, all of the situation that we as men, fathers, are faced with, I hope that you are not faced with those things. And even if you do, I hope that you're with a pleasant, beautiful woman that's helping you to achieve those things that a father are supposed to achieve, and doing it as the way he is designed to do. So happy Father's Day. So let's talk about a father. Who is a father? A father, according to the Common Sense channel, is a God that walks, not to mean anything, because some people, when they hear God, they think you being, blasphemous, or you being disrespectful. But if you understand what a God is, if you want to see it that way, then you see the role of a father. The role of a father is a God. Maybe I may not say capital G, but even the first written words of God, even if you look in, someone came and capitalized the G, but it used to be small g, Gods, gods. It's never used to be God, it used to be gods. Because some people don't understand that, so it's always good to explain what that is for educational purposes. But a father is a God. Let's take, for example, in the beginning story, when the father calls a child, in the case of Adam and Eve, there's this reverence to authority that shows up. Even when the child does wrong, there's this reverence to authority. When the dad speaks, the child has to show reverence. It's a natural thing to authority. My friends, that is the role of a father. A father is an authoritative figure, not in a bad way, not in a disrespectful way, but the Almighty has molded the father, a man, as that authoritative figure in the society, in the family, in a culture, in a race of people. So in order to disrespect that race, that culture, that society, or disintegrate that race, that culture, that society, you must first get rid of the father. So the father is like a God. And we saw in the story, the beginning story, when God called, I say God for my story, for the sake of this video, called out after the children had done something wrong. And he was like, where are you? And they say we're hidden because of what we've done. It's the same thing. And it's the same role, my friends. And when you walk into the garden, they were silent. It's the same thing. It's the same role a father plays in the home. Understand? That's why when you not like just reading the whole story, the beginning story, Genesis, but when you if you look at it critically, you can start to see exactly that's what happened in the home with a father. And let me say this: a father is it doesn't matter how old you are. A man is pre-designed. A man is destined to be a father. It is part of his genetic makeup, his gene, his entire essence to be a father. So he can be 16, he can be 17, he can be 18, he can be 19, how old he is. But if he's allowed to be a father, he can be that God that controls the garden, that makes sure every creature in the garden is well groomed, well taken care of, well behaved, if he's allowed to be that God. And in some society today, we see that men are not being allowed to be that God. If you look at previous societies in the 1800s, in the 1900s, when men were actually in the garden, supervising everything, making sure everyone follow in code, everyone in that family, including the woman, it's not in a disrespectful way, but making sure the woman follow, because the woman in that garden will lead. And if you read the beginning story, you see she was being led until they twist the story. You understand? Until they twist the story to make her look bad. But a woman is designed to lead whatever direction the father is headed. So the father is like a God. When he walks into the picture, even the creatures obey. You understand? But when you look at society today, especially in places like where I live, in most Western countries, you can see that role is being relegated somewhere else. You understand? That role is not even given the role that the father is supposed to play. Most people don't know it. That's the reason why I personally would never blame a woman. I would never come on my channel and say the woman is the reason why men are not in the home. No. Maybe she might have some role in it, but it's something that could be minuscule too, but it's something that she may not even know is happening to her. But my friend, is systemic. Because in order for you to break down a society, in order for you to destroy a society, you, my friend, must get rid of the father. You understand? The father. It's again, just look at the beginning story, the Genesis story, from a critical lens, and you start to see what's happening there. That's exactly what happened in the Genesis story. The garden, I think the garden is actually your home. The beginning of any human being is the home. It don't have to be a well-designed, nice house, nice building. Whatever your home is the beginning of your Genesis. And that whole story encapsulates the whole essence of a home, including a family. You understand? So the system, any system that wants to destroy society, whether you like it or whether you know it, there's always a system, evil system out there trying to destroy the home. And if you can see in that story, the system that came into that home, which is the home of Adam and Eve, or Eve and someone else, must have been the same system today, or it's the same system today that are destroying the family, destroying the role that dad has to play in the family. You understand? This is deep. So the father is like a god that steers the ship, and the woman is the goddess to the father. But she will play her role as much as she can. But at the end, the dad is the one, the father is the one that steers the ship, and she leads, she follow. Not again, when I say follow, it's not in a subordinate way. Some society choose to make women in that way, or not make, put women in that way. But it's not new because it started in religious texts. It's just a continuation. But any great, powerful, strong woman out there that understand these tactics, these techniques to destroy her home, she will submit to her God as the goddess to make that home better. So the father is the one that guide, that discipline. He's not just guiding the children. He's guiding the woman, his wife, his partner, his friend, his significant other. He's guiding the entire home. But he has to be allowed to do it. And because he's designed to lead, he's predestined to lead, he must lead the right way. Without stress, without headache, without pain, without anger, without disrespect. And by allowing the woman is designed to allow that. She's designed to allow that, to allow his vision. But when the system comes in, and that's the whole story of the Satan, the devil. You understand? But the devil came in with knowledge, not evil, not anything terrible, knowledge of self. But the real Satan is the system that's out here that would not allow the family to thrive, would not allow the dad to do what he's supposed to do, to lead that family. Why? Because in order to control any society, you must have broken families, broken homes, so that when everyone is not united, when everyone is segregated from each other, when there is big trouble in little China, in the family, it is easier for you to control from the outside. You understand? So what are some of those troubles? There are men in this country that can or have no way of even engaging their own children, more or less even being in their life. It's true. And you see, even third world countries are even moving towards these same things, the same situation that Western countries has with the father, the role of the father. Some father would work, pay child support, but still do not have access to the children the way they want to. Their homes, and some of these homes went because they're broken. Broken. And the women don't even know that something is causing that. You understand? And these things that are causing the rift within the family, they call them rights. And I know there are women out there that sees that something is destroying our union, whatever it is that we're doing here. And that thing is called rights. No man, if a father is leading, if the father is leading the way he should, he would never put his hand on a woman. But all of the conditions that are in place, for instance, way back in the 1800s, 1900s, even into the 20th century, most women stay home. Most women, I want to say most, but again, you can question that. stay home, and the man was the one that went out to work, take care of the family, which is what a man is supposed to do. The women did not work. In some cultures, even nowadays, some cultures, they don't allow the women to work. I don't think it's because they don't want her to be dependent. For 85% of the time, she's independent because she's in the home. She takes care of everything. She take care of the family. I think her role is immense because taking care of children is one of the toughest things that I think any person can do, especially the role that women play. So she's in control. But those who want to divide the family, they say, "Oh no, her role is not only to be relegated in the home. She should be able to work. She should be able to go to school. She should be able to do all these things," which is okay. But then what you're doing is that you are setting the stage, a storm that will break apart that family. Because now, if she is working, I'm not saying a woman shouldn't work, but if she has to work, that means she is obligated, not to her family now. She's obligated to her job. She's obligated to those responsibilities that you have set apart for her. Now her family becomes secondary. You understand? Her family becomes secondary because now she has to work. Now the man feels like, if I have to work and then take care of the children, that's too much burden for me. So what do? Now that's when the confusion and disagreement start to happen. Because you don't want to be seen as now allowing her some autonomy to be able to work and achieve some of her potential, because women have potential as much as men. But again, there are women that understand these systemic problems, these systemic outsiders that are trying to break apart families. So there are women that will work, but still take care of the family. They will allocate 50% of the time at work and then the 50% to the family. You understand? To make sure that the role that she's playing, because she has 100% of her role in the home, but because she has to split 100% of her role, now she finds herself 50% at work and 50% at home, which is not easy to do. But there are strong women, powerful women out there that are doing that to help a man make it. And I know most of these women's. Understand? So once she's out there working, the system start to push her. If you notice, people who are more family oriented and are working, most of them don't get promotion. It's true. Most of them do. But even when they do, there's just so much burden on them that they have to choose between their family and their job. And so most people choose the job, the career. And because of the tension at the job and at the home, they break apart. There are women that are very, 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 very ambitious. Power to you. And there are men that believe in family structure. There are millions of them. I tell you, if a woman would allow a man to lead, he'll lead. But again, you can understand why a woman would take the stand. Because there are men out here in our world that are not willing to lead. There are fathers out here that are not willing to lead. They're not willing to lead not just in the home, but they're not even willing to lead the family outside of the home. What do I mean? They're not willing to represent the image of their family outside of the home. Understand? And it's all of these things are all systemic. They're all systemic problems that are just lurking and looking at the home and saying, what can we do to destroy this home? And when they try, when they try and they cannot succeed, because either both the father and the mother are not allowing that stuff to happen. They are holding down their family because it is the genesis of the beginning of whatever that may come out of that home. Children are the genesis of what comes out of the home. You understand? So family, dad, the father, is the key in making sure. Society, without the father, there's no society. There could be society, but it's not going to be the society that you want to live in. Some culture, some society understand this. So they prioritize the role of the man. They make sure that the man is able to work and make enough money, so that even if the woman work, she may work maybe not full time. She can work part time, and then she help 70% of that time can go towards raising the family, making sure the children are they do their homework, making sure that they go to sleep on time, making sure that they are well taken care of before they can go to school, making sure that they have their behavior intact, making sure that they're doing the things that they're supposed to do. Because at the end of the day, whether the dad knows it or not, or the mom knows it or not, whatever those children become, they, my friends, are representation of you. Whatever they become a lawyer, they become a doctor, they become powerful in the community. Look, when society look at them, all the praises and honor goes to you. The parents, the dad, the mom. You understand? So that's the reason why I think it's essential that in spite of all of the systemic issues, all of the arrows, all of the those people that are out there, the system is real. You make a mistake as a father, and don't do the right thing. That's when you know the system is real. So we men are constantly walking on thread. It is just a moment of time that our sanity can come into full potential. You understand? So you can be insane. That's why I don't see, not all mental illness that happen to a man is genetic or hereditary. Some of these things are environmental. All of us has a tendency to be mentally disabled. I mean, some of them are societal, some of them are environmental, based on the things that men go through, the stressor that men go through. If it's not coming from the home, it's coming from society. And the man is told not to cry. The man is told not to show emotion. Understand? So all of these things, he could be going through terrible things in his home, abuse in his home. There are some men that are abused. Some of them are so abused that they don't want to say it, so they internalize it. And they internalize it because they don't want other people to know, because they're creating this family. And some of them are family oriented too, and they're creating this family that society is looking at them from the outside. But they're struggling in the home, either from the woman, from the children, because if the woman is on code, if she's doing what she needs to do, the children would not disrespect the dad. The children would not cause no problem. Everything will go smooth if she's on code with the man, the father. But if she's not on code, the children will see. And whatever she's doing to the father, if the children is seeing that, and if that father is family oriented, he's not gonna take action, because why? He wants to maintain his family. I think that's a weak father, but I think he's a strong father too, because his orientation of family is different from that of the orientation of a woman. That's why I think, and this is honest thinking, that do not go into any relationship without knowing who you're going into that relationship with. This is for both men and women. If you, my friend, that is what I'm saying is, if you're going to find a partner, a wife, a partner, make sure that you find someone that has the same orientation as you. What do I mean orientation? Do they believe in family? If you're looking for someone that has the same mental capacity as you, find that person. If you're looking for someone that likes to read books, find that person. If you're looking for someone that love children, find that person. Find that in the person that you're looking to go into a relationship with. Why am I saying this? Because when you do these things, it don't mean you wouldn't have problems. You will. But your problem is going to be minuscule. And if you notice that becoming a problem, then you can go back to fixing the same thing that got both of you together. You can fix it easily. You understand? So if she was someone you met, or he was someone you met that likes to read and you're not reading anymore, grab a book and read. If you find in that person someone that likes to go to the club, and you notice that you're drifting away from going to the club and they're not happy about that, once in a while, go to clubbing with them. You can still have children and do that, if that's what's going to make them happy. If it's someone that like to look sexy in bed, they like to wear lingerie and looks good, encourage that. If you're a man that likes to see women like that, yeah, if she's not doing that, talk to her. I mean, she's not going to stop doing that, because that's what got you into the relationship in the first place. But if it ever happened, remind her. You see, so all of those things that you find in someone, I'm talking to the dad, that makes you want to be with them, makes you want to have a relationship and eventually a family with them, those are the same things you want to gravitate to keep your family. If she loves you because you're a workaholic, you like to work, and she never had no problem with you going to work and coming back, bringing in the bags or the money, you got to keep doing that. Yeah, you got to keep doing that, because the moment you stop doing that, then the love goes away, because that's what got her to like you. You see? So yeah, I'm just giving this example. So to keep the men in the home. I mean, we need fathers in the home. I'm big on this stuff because I've done numerous videos on this. So for Father's Day, I just want to honor all those hardworking dads that are out there. They are doing what they have to do. They are working hard. They are doing the right thing in spite of everything that's coming at them. I don't want to sit here and name some of the things, but it's just plethora of them. But they're doing what they need to do to keep their family intact, to raise a great children, great home, stuff like that. I thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. I know your pain. I know your struggle. I know what you're going through. But I say to you, my friends, happy Father's Day. And to all those fathers that are paying multiple child supports out there, and the women are still not appreciating you, and you're busting your butt every day, I say happy Fathers to you. Keep on doing what you're doing. Let me tell you, even if the women don't appreciate you for what you're doing, the children will, because that money is going to them one way or the other. And if you're involved in their life, my friend, you will not regret, because children, they don't say much, but they see. They see all of your pain, all of your struggle. They see all the hard work you're doing, my friend. Don't think your money that you are sending as child support to that woman is going to the new guy in the relationship. If it is, the children sees, my friends, being alive, engage them. Let them know that the situation that happens to you and her, or her and him, was not something that you had intended it to be. But in relationship, things happen when people don't make the right choice. That's why in some cultures, the family chooses the wife for their son. The family chooses the husband for their daughters because they want to make sure that that family is closer to home. You understand? Closer to home, that even if they try to do something against each other, they always remember where they came from, a family that understood both of them. You understand? So yes, in some culture they do that. Some people say, "Oh, it's wrong. You shouldn't choose." Well, you who say that, yeah, you're right too. But what I say to you is, if you are choosing for yourself, make sure all those things that you love for yourself are the same things that you want to see in that person. If you find these things that you care about in your own personal life, because only you know yourself, if you find those things about yourself that are good for yourself, then you want to make sure that those same things that you find for yourself are in the person that you are looking to go into relationship with. If you do that, you, my friends, will be successful in your relationship. Because at the end of the day, bottom line, is the family is the bedrock of all society. Whatever comes out of that family, my friends, talking to the dad, are what society are going to receive. Good, I mean, like, as me personally, I'm not religious. So I don't talk much about religion because some people may argue, oh, but if you come from a religious family, you'll be good. That's not true. There are children that comes out of a religious home that turns out to be terrible to society, that comes out to be of no good to society. So I don't spend more emphasis on religion. I mean, I know it's out there, but I say if you come from a home where there are loving people, loving, eh? If you come from a home where the dad is loving, caring, concerned, paying attention to your well-being, making sure that you grow up right and do the right thing, regardless of religion, you'll be good for society. And I hope governments across the globe can start to prioritize family once again, because immorality doesn't come from the sky. Immorality doesn't come from no devil sitting, none of that stuff. Immorality, Genesis, begins in the house, in the home, with two people who are the bedrock of that family. That would be the father and the mother. If they teach the children right, bring them up right, without no outside or external influence, control, in form of policies, systemic policies. If those children come out right, with the love and affection and care of the father and the mother, society will be good. Society will be prosper. Society will be great. It's not me saying it. It's happened before. And it can happen if we can turn around all of the things that are happening in our world today. People who work with children, especially abused children, abused men and women, because I have. If you sit down and talk to these people, if they start to tell you their childhood, you can almost tell how they became and what happened to them. And you can tell, you can, at some point, you feel sorry for them that they had to go through all of the things they went through in their family, in their homes, growing up as a child. You understand? This stuff is deep and it's not supposed to be happen, or it's not supposed to happen. If the father is healthy, if the father is mentally sound, if the father is showing all the things, giving all the help that he needs, that family will be great. I'm telling you, it's true. Because men are predisposed, men are pre-genetically designed to lead. The primitive men, they show it. They didn't wait for the woman to go hunting. They didn't wait for the woman to show them where to move for the winter or the summer. They migrated to find better places for their family. You understand? Because they knew if they didn't do that, they'll perish. So men are designed, they only need a chance. And society, systemic society, are not giving them the chance, as was the case in the Garden of Eden. The system came into that garden and brought rift between the two and divided them with a fictitious story, you know. But yes, if you look at the story, look at it for some of you who, um, I know there are people out there with critical thinking, but if you read, go back again and see. You'd be like the common sense channel told me. Go read again and you see with a critical understanding and thinking, you will see. Yeah, you see everything happening there is what happened in our society, especially in the home. And I think for all those men that are holding down their family, in spite of everything that are coming from the outside to destroy their home, I salute you. I honor you. Especially, Father's Day is not one day. This society, everything in our world is a facade, my friends. So Father Day is not one day. Father Day is every day. Every day you get up, put on your clothes and go to work to take care of your family is Father's Day. And I say to you, keep up. Keep up, my friends. If she's giving you a hard time, work with her. Look, sometimes you can take her, you guys go out and talk. Let me tell you, when you go to talk, when you take her out to talk to her, just remind her of the day you guys met, the first day. I know it's not easy as said, but yeah, remind her of that first day. Remind her of the time when you guys met, the things that brought you together, and talk on them. Remind her of those systemic things, the outsiders, the evil one, the trying to divide the family. And listen to her too when she responds, because relationship is communication. If she doing things she's not too okay with, work on it, my friend. That is if you invested in that family. Again, for the men, you don't make family with someone you don't love. You don't make relationship with someone you don't love. It's a thinking thing. You understand? It's a thing of process. You understand before you got into that relationship that you wanted to do something with that person. She understood you too. You understood her. You understand? So make it work. At the end of the day, we need a great family. Look, great family, great society. Bottom line. If society start to fail, that means the family is breaking down. Religion has nothing to do with that. Those people look, how do I know this? That I say religion has nothing to do with that. There are laws out there, and some of the laws are based on religion. But at the end of the day, religion don't decide what the outcome becomes of those laws. The laws are just there. If you don't follow them, the consequences. So if you don't want those outside, I call it external forces. If you don't want them to creep into your homes, then you shouldn't entertain it. You understand? Just like the Garden of Eden story. I I don't want to even blame Eve. I don't even believe that whole story. I think they're talking about the home. What? That's okay. Say you're in a relationship with your wife or your significant other, your partner, and someone tried to tell you something about her. If you truly know who she is, you wouldn't believe anything from outside, right? It's the same thing with her too. If some girl come and tell, oh, I saw your husband doing this, that. If you don't believe that, it won't work. So these are all external forces that are coming into the home to destroy the home. If your wife is, let's say if your wife is not putting on, the fire is not there like it used to be. All you need to do as a man is talk to her. Say, hey man, hey lady, or hey sweetheart, those things that you used to do, those things that you used to do, you're not doing them anymore to me. You remember when I used to walk in, you come and kiss me on the cheek. I remember when I used to walk in, you come and do. Why you not doing them no more? You see, talk about them to her. If he's not doing those things that you love to see him do, hey, talk to him about them. See, that's how it works. It's just like you're going back to your beginning. You understand? Instead of you listening to someone now, if your woman is not doing the things that she used to do to you, you don't need to go looking outside to another woman for the same thing that you can easily talk to her about. You understand? So when someone comes into the picture, that's what they're filling in the void that's already there. You understand? That person saw the void and they're just coming to fill it in. But you can refill the void by just talking to her or talking to him. Simple as that. That's what I do here, man. We gotta create great family. Why? For the children. If you guys don't have no children, that's different. Hey, she can walk away, you walk away. But if you have children, think about them. Always think about them, because whatever action or decision you take, it's going to affect them. They don't have no saying in it. They didn't ask to become into this world by you. No. No child asked to become here by you. By the way, no one come into this world without a family, without a father and a mother. Without a father and mother, no one coming here. You have to come to this place by them. So whatever action they take, they're going to affect you, especially the dad. The dad is supposed to be the one that takes a great stand. And the woman is going to always follow, not in a subordinate way, but she's going to follow your lead. If you're not leading, she will lead. So you have to lead. So if a home is breaking, if it's a broken home, the dad has a lot of saying in it, because he shouldn't be looking at any woman out there. If his beautiful queen is right there, and if she's doing the things that she's supposed to do, you shouldn't be looking at any woman. That's why some societies say a man should have 2, 3 wives. Because if you're looking for Esther, because she's not, you know what I mean, then you can find an extra woman. Some culture is, hey, just have a second wife. Oh, just have a third wife. Now you have to be able to handle that. You see? So that's why some culture, just to take care of that problem, they say you can have a second wife or a third wife. But if you're someone that believe in the one woman thing, then you have to make it work. So I don't want my video to be too long. Happy Father's Day to all the great men out there that are putting down, taking care of business, making sure the woman is happy. You got to make her happy, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. Rule number 1, make her happy. Sometimes it's not all about money, too. You know what I mean. Take care of her needs, her emotional needs. Make sure that you communicate. I know there are men out there, great father, that are not good with that stuff. Go get some tutoring somewhere. Listen to Joe Levert. Listen to Teddy Pendergrass. Listen to this great musician. Listen to R. Green. It talks a lot about ways you can talk. I'm not gonna say they are ideal people, but yeah, their music, listen to their music. I mean, you learn a lot from that. And learn, I mean, not all father came from a home where there's a father. Most of us came out of that situation, but you learn as you go. And we had great mothers that stood and filled in the void. Yeah, there are great women out there. They're not supposed to go through that, but unfortunately it happened. Yeah, but fathers, I feel for you. I know you are doing your best. Then you have all these thing out here pointing at you, trying to make you look weak. But be strong. You're being strong for your children. Because if you don't have children in a relationship, and she's not working to help you, then there's no reason to be in there. I say you want to keep your mental health intact. You don't want to be going to work and you're not happy all the time, trying to take care of your family because of all the stresses that you're having in your home. And meanwhile, you're trying to keep that family. So, in as much as it's terrible, but you got to be strong, my friends. Got to be strong. Keep it going. Keep it going. Fight all the external forces out there. They call them in form of right, which is good, but they can be bad. But with a woman that understands these things, mm, that's why when you meet a woman for the first time, you gotta talk to her. She has to talk to you about the system. Both of you needs to understand before you even make a family. Know that there's a system out there. Again, both of you have to love children and have to be family oriented. Mm? Forget about all the other goodies, but those two things has to be the number one priority before you have children with the man, or for the man, or with the woman. You gotta pay attention to that. If you do that, you'll be successful. Myself always say I haven't been feeling well lately. That's why I haven't done for all those people that watch my videos and those who are subscribed to my channel. That's why I haven't done a video, but I feeling better now, and I hope that for all the fathers on here, man, I hope you, especially those who are doing the right thing, not the one that giving the women headache. No, because women, I don't blame women on my channel because the reason is they always follow. They are predisposed to follow. The only time a woman wouldn't follow your lead is when you're not leading as a man, as a father, as a dad. If you're not leading, she wouldn't follow you. That's true. Try it, you see. But I don't want you to try it because one great family, great society. Even the system out there that's destroying, trying to destroy your home and your family. If they notice that you are family oriented, you love your family, you love your children, dad, they're not gonna even touch you. They're gonna support you. Yes. If you go to court, they'll see what you've done. They will start to side with you. You understand? That's how it is. So again, I hope that all of you are doing great. I hope that you and your family are great. And I hope that all is pleasant with you. As I've always said, the greatest thing that could ever happen to anyone is not the day you're born, not the day you have your first car, the day you graduated from high school, college, the day you become a lawyer. The greatest thing, my friend, that could ever happen to you, my friends, is the day you discover the self. Because from that moment on, as a father, you start to make great decisions. Because I often say, the moment you become a dad, it's not about you. It's about your children. It's about their well-being. It's about what they'll become. It's about you because your children are the extension of you. So whatever traits you've had or you have has that has been passed down to you, it's what you want to pass down to them. You see, but if you had good traits, you pass down good traits to them. If you had bad traits, you pass down bad traits to them. But at the end of the day, whatever it is that you do, make sure that you take good care of them. Make sure that they come into this world with all the support, all of the love, all of the affections that they need. Because whatever they have is what they're going to give to society. You understand? And if they have love, they have affection, they have good character, that's what they're going to give to society. So that's how you know society is falling apart, when the family structure is being destroyed or are being attacked. Understand? Some people understand these things and they will do whatever it takes to protect their family. Some culture, some country, some society, some race, they understand these elements and they will do whatever it takes to protect their culture, their race, their family, and their society. Have a great day, and I hope that all is pleasant with you. Happy Father's Day. Happy Dad Day, which is every day, but happy Father's Day to you and your loved ones. Thank you.